After Usain Bolt reported to have lost approximately $12 million in an investment scam in Jamaica recently, many people, especially those in the diaspora who are looking to invest in their country back home in the Caribbean, are now concerned and wondering how safe is their money in the financial institutions in the Caribbean. Usain Bolt's losses have unveiled an underground of terror and uncertainty that has been existing for decades. Many people in the diaspora would love to return to the Caribbean, even just to retire at a home after a life overseas. But they are now wondering, should I really take the risk and put my hard-earned life savings in a Caribbean financial institution with no certainty and the risk of having it all wiped out? So, what actually happened in Usain Bolt's case? Jamaican Olympic sprinter Usain Bolt was slapped with the news of $12.7 million missing from his account at the Kingston-based investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL. He was told by his lawyer Linton P. Gordon that only $12,000 was still in the account, which was established by the athlete as part of his private pension. Immediately after the news spread, Jamaica's Financial Services Commission installed its own temporary manager at SSL, following further reports of allegations of fraud that had earlier prompted the Commission to put the institution under tight control. Finance Minister Nigel Clark declared wanting to see tough sanctions on the fraudsters, who appeared to have affected around 40 people's accounts, including Bolt's. While the athlete is one of the most famous Caribbean people in the entire world, and therefore his predicament made the news more than anyone else, it is clear that the other victims are sharing his same fate. However, it is the hope of many of these victims that his impact on the media might speed up the recovery of funds and the punishment of the perpetrators of this fraud. Bolt enjoys enormous popularity in Jamaica, and therefore people feel huge sympathy for him and are disgusted by what happened. Usain Bolt, on the other hand, declared that the affair won't lead him to abandon his country. Quote,
I just want to say to Jamaica, that no matter what's going on right now, Jamaica is my country and it will never change, and I will always love my country and always do everything in my power to uplift this country no matter what's going on. Thank you very much.
In the meantime, investigations, which are still ongoing at the time of this video, proved that this specific fraud has been going on for over a decade, while management at SSL distanced themselves from all allegations. Jamaican authorities have called for help from the FBI and international experts, and while Caribbean people wait to know the truth and to see the epilogue of this misadventure, they keep wondering if putting their money in the Caribbean would be a smart move or not. Can we be blamed for this? It's important to exercise caution when considering investments and to thoroughly research the credibility of any potential investment opportunity before investing your hard-earned money. Unfortunately, there are many scams and fraudulent schemes in the market that can lead to significant financial losses. It's also a good idea to seek the advice of a financial professional or investment advisor before making any investment decisions, regardless of where in the world you are located. The safety of your money in the Caribbean varies depending on the country and the specific financial institution. Some countries in the Caribbean have well-developed banking systems with regulations in place to protect depositors' funds, while others may have weaker banking systems with fewer safeguards. In general, it's important to do your due diligence and research the reputation and financial stability of any bank or financial institution before depositing funds there. It's also a good idea to consider keeping your funds in accounts insured by government deposit insurance schemes where available to protect your money in case the bank fails. It's also worth noting that even in countries with well-regulated banking systems like the United States, the United Kingdom, and the European Union, there can still be risks associated with holding money in a bank, such as the possibility of fraud or cyber attacks. As with many financial decisions, it's important to weigh the potential benefits and risks before deciding where to keep your money. By the way, if you're getting value from this video, we would greatly appreciate it if you would give this video a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for our future videos. Thank you. The US-based Global Financial Integrity stated in their Financial Fraud in the Caribbean report at the end of 2022 that the Caribbean has seen an uptick in financial crimes, including fraud schemes in recent years, involving billions of dollars in illicit proceeds each year. This unavoidably has an impact on the economic security of Caribbean countries and the region as a whole, and eventually generates a certain level of associated violence. 5 nations, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Jamaica, Belize, and Trinidad and Tobago, were used as case studies in the report to evaluate these circumstances. According to the GFI's report, the most common fraud types in the Caribbean include advance fee frauds, specifically lottery or prize scams, online shopping scams, romance scams, fraudulent investments, as well as pyramid and Ponzi schemes and usurious lending operations. The primary channels used to move the profits of frauds are cash smuggling, bank transfers, money service businesses, trade-based money laundering, and online money transfer platforms. More specifically, in the past months, financial institutions have been put on the alert to look out for an increase in fraudulent activities christened as money mule scams. People are being used to transfer illegally acquired money between different accounts on behalf of others, mostly behind the promise of a job, a romantic involvement, a house, grants, prizes, and more. Scammers might be asking their victims to make a payment in order to receive a reward, and by doing so, victims are transforming their bank accounts into intermediaries for the earnings of organized crime associations. While many victims are unaware or motivated by genuine and naive trust, most of them do it because of the possibility of financial gain and therefore take part in the scam willingly, becoming actual accomplices as a matter of fact. Scams can be perpetrated in person, over the phone, online, or via emails and social media, mostly depending on how sophisticated the scheme itself is. A recent investigative report by CIJN, the Caribbean Investigative Journalism Network, shows how Ponzi and pyramid schemes have spread and proliferated, especially with the rise of the COVID-19 pandemic. This caused an economic crisis and an unprecedented job volatility. People were and are still now looking for alternative methods of earning money and easily fall into the trap of investing little money to see potentially large future revenues. These schemes are particularly popular in countries such as Jamaica, the British Virgin Islands, Cuba, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago. A factor that has guaranteed the success of such schemes is their tactic of infiltrating and scamming religious, ethnic, and minority communities, which is known as affinity fraud, including blessing circles in churches under the appearance of charity donations. It does not help that the Latin America and Caribbean region has seen a huge rise in 2022 as to money laundering and terrorist financial risk. The example of Haiti, ranked in 2022 as the country with the highest risk of money laundering, with an index score of 8.16, makes it an obvious point. Haiti was followed by St. Kitts and Nevis at 6.06, the Bahamas at 5.93, and Panama at 5.81. Other Caribbean regions in the high ranks include Cuba, St. Lucia, Barbados, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. What do you think of the financial infrastructure and investing your hard-earned money in the Caribbean region? Let us know your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for our next video as we explore the Caribbean lifestyle together. This is J-irie Caribbean. Thanks for watching.